Hi everyone, how's it going? It's Natalie. So I'm back to teach you another lesson about painting. But this time I'm going to teach you one of the things you've been dying to know, which is how do you make skin tones? So I'm going to show you right now just a wide variety of different skin tones that you can get using a variation of colors, complementary colors. So get your color wheel, get your glazing medium, water bottle, paintbrushes, water. Make sure you have painting clothes on because you're going to get messy. I've learned the lesson the hard way on that. And we're going to get started. So, and get your paints and your palette and just put your primary colors down and any other colors that I tell you throughout this video. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start with the most common skin tone that I use, which is cadmium red light. I'll show it to you. Cadmium red light, where are you? Where'd you go to? Here we go. So this is one that I use a lot, all the time for skin. And you barely need any of it. You only need a teeny bit. A little goes a long way. So I'm going to dip my brush into that right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and just start slapping it on the canvas. Right now I'm just going to show you how to mix different colors. Okay, so that looks pretty rich right now, that orange. So to lighten it, what I want to do is just dip my brush in the white. And check it out. You get a really nice peachy skin tone. And you can make it really porcelain by adding more white. And if you would use your glaze too. I'm going to try not to use my glaze during this lesson because it's pretty expensive stuff. But what you would do is you would mix your paint with your glaze. I would just add this to it probably as I'm painting it. Okay, so that's a very common one. Now in order to get it darker, I want to use red orange on the color wheel. I want to use, that's basically what cadmium red light is red orange. So I want to use its complement to make it darker or to neutralize it. So I'm going to dip my brush now into phthalo blue, which is like a really nice, blue-green. And you only need a little bit of this too. See how much that is? I mean, look at how blue that is. So I'm going to put my brush in the water. Now I'm getting kind of a gray color. So that means I need more cadmium red light. And you just keep building it up. It's a process of layers, you see? But look at the wide range of colors. So let's say I want to draw the eye. Okay, using this range of colors, red, orange, and blue-green. I'm trying to get those neutrals. I'm just giving you an idea. You've got the eye. Okay, so now you can start. I will give you another lesson on actually how to draw and paint the human eye. But for now, I just want you to get an idea of how I'm using these colors. And everything's going to be unified. And it's all going to go together. It's going to be in harmony. It's going to be beautiful. And look at these nice browns, This would be great for the hair. You see? Look at those nice colors. And then again, there's her skin tone. It all started off with cadmium red light and white. And then you can add its neutral to, or its complement, which is blue-green. And you get all this wide range of colors. So, again, you just keep blending, use a lot of water. You can use black also to darken it. Just like we can use white to lighten it, we can use black to darken it. See, so then again, you can bring that black down into here. I mean, you can get just a wide variety of color. Range of tints, tones, and shades. You see, it's very interesting. I'm just making this up out of my head, guys. I mean, I'm just kind of showing you how to kind of mix the color and get all the different ranges. Probably add more white. But again, just play around. This is all you're doing. You're just experimenting, you know. Think of it as being kind of like a scientist. You know, scientists, they experiment. If something doesn't work, they start over and they give it another shot. But they don't give up. So don't give up. You know, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you know, you can give her another eye, of course. But I'm just showing you how I can get all these colors just using pretty much two colors, which is blue, green, and red, orange, and then adding black and white. I mean, you get all this range of colors here. Now, again, this would be for shadows right here. All this, the blue and the black, you can add for shadows. This can be for the hair. Then you can dip your brush back into the cadmium red light, and you can make it like she's really tan. You know, maybe it's a, you know, a Hawaiian or African American skin tone. Then you would just darken it using its complement and plus black. Darken and neutralize. It's pretty neat. But anyways, I just like playing around. So that's one set of colors you can use. Another set of colors is, let's do another set of complements. How about violet and yellow? I like to use violet and yellow a lot for skin tones. They make really pretty skin tones. And I also like to use them for the hair. So let's do that. So again, I like to start out pretty much with white. Can you see that? I'll go over here. So white. Now if you really want a nice light violet skin tone, let's say your painting's mainly in purples, then you can keep it really subtle like this. Think of lavender, and all that is just barely any purple, a lot of white. Or you can make it darker, more purple. Now, what happens when we add its complement? It's going to neutralize. So I'm going to dip my brush in the yellow. Check it out. You get a really nice, pretty, creamy, taupey color. And you can make it more yellow. You know, that'd be really nice and pretty for the hair tones. Or you can make it, and you can add white to that too, so check that out. If I add white, it's going to make it more of like a blonde. We're getting a nice wide range. So depending on what colors you use for your painting, that's how you want to get your skin tone. If you're doing a monochromatic color scheme, let's say, which is just one color plus black and white. So let's say blue. Okay, let's do blue for example. Blue plus black and white. My entire painting's blue and black and white. Alright, well, I'm just going to do mainly white, a little touch of blue, and you got a light blue skin tone. Now again, to add its neutral, you can always add neutrals. Actually, with monochromatic, no, you cannot. I think it's just black and white. Pretty sure it is. I need to actually double check that. But anyways, you can mix a lot of white with the blue, or you can add black, which will kind of gray it out. And picture if you had a really dark blue background, let's say. Okay? And you can add, I'm adding black to the blue now. Make it darker. Let's say that's the background color. Then for maybe the mermaid skin tone, I want it to be light blue, like she's under the sea, and the shadows are going to be done with these grays and a little bit of that blue, even that gray blue. And look at all these shadows, shadow colors you can get. You see? creates a really nice effect, you know? If I wanted to do a mermaid with her eye makeup all in blues. I mean, it's such a variety of color. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes I just spend hours doing this, just playing around with just the different range of colors that you can get, you know? And it's a layering process. You're going to layer and layer and layer. You got to let other layers dry before you come back and, you know, do more. So you have to be patient. It's not just like you have a magic wand. It's like, boom, done, you know? You can, you know, this can even be a little bit more blue violet in her eye. And then you can add black. You know, and this could be her nose. Let's say you're just doing profile. Ooh. And then her hair could come down. I mean, I'm just giving you an idea of like, there's, you know, blue skin tones. Now, if you wanted to add, it's neutral. Let's just say you're doing blue by itself for a painting, plus its complement, which is orange. If I add orange to this blue, check out all the pretty skin tones. So I'll go back to that cadmium red light. And you can even add yellow to it to make it a little bit more orange, because this is kind of a red orange. So, but check out all the browns you can get. Here you go again. You know, and you can even add that to her skin. And get all the range of colors. Anyways, you're just getting an idea of how to mix skin tones. I'm not really trying to do anything, you know, show you how to draw anything in particular. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how to paint skin tones. So, you know, I use a lot of white and barely any color, just depending on what you want to do. But for me, I use a lot of white because I tend to do a lot of porcelain skin tones. But if you really want to do different dramatic lighting effects, I mean, you could do all kinds of cool stuff. Like you can make this side of her face glow and just have it all light and everything else dark in the background. Her cheekbones. Add more blue if you wanted that blue skin tone. Then you want orange for its complement. And again, it's a layering process, you know. This would look nicer if I was, this is, you know, would look a lot nicer if I was layering it. But right now I'm just kind of doing alla prima painting, which is really fast. Just giving you an idea on how to mix colors. All right, now for her, you know, you just do all kinds of stuff, man. There's just endless possibilities. So that's blue. Blue mixed with orange. This is red orange mixed with blue green. Now let's do purple and yellow, which is what I was doing over there, and then I got distracted. Okay, so yellow, and we'll add purple now. Check out all these pretty colors. Look at that. So it gives you more of a little bit red earth tone. Add more purple, You can either add it, I'm just showing you, how to make it darker, lighter. But see how I just build it up, and you play around, you get all this range of color. And then you can add white. You can get all that range of color on top of that. Add white to that, white to that, white to that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You can go insane with all the colors. You know? Purple. I tend to use purple a lot. I love it. But, I always start with the eyes whenever I draw something. Most of the time. Not always. But, you see, you get the idea how you can get all these different ranges, of tones. Tints, tones, shades. Very little color a lot of times, mostly a lot of white. And you build it up, I would layer this, see? And look at how pretty that is when you add the white. Whites are great for all the highlights. I mean, it's pretty cool, all the stuff you can do, you guys. It's endless possibilities. And you can add black. And it's a lot of fun. Play around. Okay, so that's purple and yellow, blue with black, white, and its complement orange. Blue, green, red, orange. Let's see, how about red and green? What happens when you mix red and green together? I'll show you. A little bit of red. Actually, I grabbed a lot of red, but that's all right. Some green. This makes some really pretty neutrals too. Again, they're very similar, but, they're slightly different. Add white. And look at how pretty. I mean, you could do a whole painting, if you did a red mermaid. Her skin tone would be done with red mixed with its complement, green. Check your color wheel. If you don't know complements, your color wheel will have it. And you can even do, a green tail. She could have seaweed all around her. But the skin tone, I would just, there you go, bring it down. Bring this down. Add white. Add white. Oops. See, that got dirty, mixed with blue. But anyways, you get the idea. Skin tones. Okay, now I'll show you how to blend in another video. But for now, I just wanted to play around and give you a range of colors that you can use for skin tone. You can use any color, but I like to mix complementary colors together. That seems to be my favorite thing to do. So that's what I do a lot. I use a lot of white, and I just blend it in, I work it in. Don't, feel like you have to mix all the exact colors on your palette before you even paint. Just get going. Slop it on. Throw it on there. Move it around. Play with it. Add water. Spray. You know, sometimes I spray if you want to create drips. Just play around. It doesn't have to be perfect. You'll figure it out. You just got to experiment. You know, just move the paint around. See what happens. Look, I mean, I can create more of like a purpley gray now. Look at that. Because the purple and the black mixing together. I mean, it's so cool. Give her a little purple mouth. You know. She could have purple lips. A little nose. Lots of purple makeup. I mean, you guys have fun. Play with all the colors. But primarily, mix complements together. You'll get a wide range of colors. You know, you can just play around and see what happens. I mean, right now I'm just kind of, you know, seeing all the different colors I can get. And then you wait for it to dry. And you go back on top. And you add more. And you just keep layering. You know, until you have it the way you want it to look. But see all the pretty colors you can get? Just from adding black and white or mixing complementary colors together. I love it. And you can just play around and add anything you want. Starfish. I mean, that's what I like. I like beachy stuff. I like anything to do with the ocean and mermaids and shells and sea turtles and seahorses, octopus, fishies. Anything under the sea, anything to do with the beach, I love it. So it's usually, in hearts, you usually have it somewhere in my paintings. But yeah, you guys, you can just play around. Yellow makes a good skin tone too. Just add yellow and white. And then you can, again, mix its complement, purple. And you can make some colors more dominant. So if I want purple and yellow are complementary, if I want it more on the yellow side, I'll add more yellow than I would purple. Maybe I'll just add a smidgen of purple. See? And you get kind of like a ochre color. You see? It's kind of an ochre-y. But you can have a lot of fun just playing around, experimenting. There's a few ideas for you. And again, it's a layering thing. You know, you're not going to get it just boom done the first time. You're going to have to layer it and blend, and I'll teach you how to blend and all that too. But that will have to come when I do like a real nice painting, and I'll show you step by step how to do it. Anyways, lots of fun. Lots and lots and lots of fun. Okay, well, that's just lesson number 3. This is part 1 of learning how to make skin tones. I just did this really fast, just kind of sloppy, but, you know, I just want you to get a feel for mixing the colors, blending the colors, moving it around on the canvas, just seeing the variety so you can get an idea of what you want to use for your painting. You know, like now I'm kind of envisioning a painting something with blues and grays and browns like that. That'll be pretty. So see, now I'm all inspired. And that's what's going to happen. And that's what I want you to do. Okay, so have fun playing around with your colors. And next, I guess I will actually teach you how to either draw the human eye or paint the human eye or something to do with the human face. I don't know, give me suggestions. What do you want to know next? And I'll teach it to you. Okay, peace, love, and happiness, you guys. Take care. Bye.